Welcome to episode 4 of Mythos of War. Let's begin. Alethea, you're standing 25 feet from the fire. Between you and the fire. I should say standing to your side, injured, wounded, ever loyal, is Ricardo. With a long bayonet that looks like it was removed from a rifle. And perhaps covered in blood. So, some of the blood his own. Some of the enemies that he's slain. Between you, Ricardo, and the fire is Rosalia and Flynn. Flynn is protectively stepped in front of Rosalia, who is passed out. You see rapid eye movement if you were close enough. Flynn is shaking, but resolute, their hand out. And just out of the camp light's fire, getting to his feet after yet another failure, is Dr. Elliot Fowler, with a loaded gun, watching this scene unfold. And we will start with there's something that happens when you work in close quarters with someone for a long time, or live with, or any sort of relationship, right? And it's non-verbal communication. Ricardo doesn't need Aletheia's words to carry out what she desires. What does the Brujita's face say in this moment?
I think her face was gaunt and hardened when she shot Rosalia, when she broke her own jammed gun over her leg in a fit of anger. But in seeing Flynn step out in front, there's a softening, in part because Alethea does truly trust Flynn, and in part because Alethea wants or really needs what Flynn has right now. And I think looking down at Rosalia, incapacitated, realizing that we only have 5 people to deal with this lab right now, that we need all 5. Alethea is going to shake her head and she's not going to signal to shoot Rosalia, but to tie her up until we can figure out what the hell happened.
Okay. Flynn, you see Ricardo and Alethea share a brief look, and you see Alethea kind of give one of these little in Rosalia's direction. Elliot, you see Ricardo, bayonet in hand, heading towards Flynn and Rosalia. Flynn, you have a moment to say whatever you want.
Can I tell from the body language that this is nonviolent?
Give me a psychoanalysis roll. You're determining intention.
Fail.
He's coming at you with a knife.
Hey, Brujita, it's you and me, right? You and me.
See, of course.
Okay.
Ricardo walks past you and begins to tie up Rosalia.
Okay.
Elliot, you see this man with a knife tuck his bayonet into the back of his pants and begin to tie up Rosalia.
Are you guys sure this is the best course of action?
Let's.
She hasn't done anything.
Let's.
She strangled Flynn,
She didn't mean to.
but she did. And until we can understand why, she is not safe.
All right. God, why'd you shoot her?
Because she was attacking you.
Okay. We can't turn on each other. We just can't.
Tell that to her.
Okay.
Look. Let me talk to her first.
Yeah.
If there's anyone between the five of us who's known Rosalia Montague the longest, it is me. I will talk to her. I will try to get some sense into her, and we are going to move forward from all of this.
Yeah.
Whenever that conversation happens, it must not happen here. We need to move now.
Okay.
Let's search these bodies.
I kind of
Vamos.
remove my hand from my ribs, and it's like my palm is fully red because I've been shot.
Yeah.
Also,
You're having an incredibly hard time breathing.
Can someone?
I mean, I could try to take a look at Flynn and see what's wrong, but
You are the
above table,
doctore.
You're the
not that kind of doctor, but sure.
If Rosalia
kinda
was
doctor.
up,
Actually,
just saying.
Actually, my first aid is flat, but still better than my medicine, so I could do that.
Yeah, if you want to roll that.
Yeah. That was a fail. Ew.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey! I was at least trying to help.
Elliot's hands are shaking, whether from exhaustion, shock, or what. And they go to stop the bleeding, and their hand slips, and they poke the bullet wound, and you take another 2 damage.
Oh, come on! No, David!
Hey,
David!
guess what happens if you try to do medical procedures on people and they fail?
God!
You, David.
I want to apologize, but I also shouldn't.
Yeah, no, I think like
My fault.
And I'll like take your wrist and just like I can wrap it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
try
No,
to do my best.
That's okay. I can, yeah. And I'm gonna would I have like bandages?
I don't know that you would, but there is a bunch of stuff around here now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And let me see. Let's see if Ricardo. Let's call it a 8, 9, or 10. He's the medic. Nope. Ricardo doesn't have. He was not your medic. Oh, then we'll go
Felipe.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if Philippe was the medic.
Felipe.
Nope. Sorry. I tried.
Well, we got a full squad of...
Yeah. Do you guys want to
Nazi.
do some searches? Try to find some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first thing that Alethea is going to do is go over to Philippe and, like, after looting basically his corpse and getting the supplies necessary to complete the mission, she's going to take the sleeping bag or sleeping blanket really from his rucksack to cover him and kneel down just very quietly. Gerarte, Nire Laguna. We will see each other soon.
you find a note amongst the other supplies, obviously ammo. You find, sorry. You find the good luck trinket that you gave him when he joined your crew. You find, you find a note. I don't know why I wrote this. You find a note that says, Mama, I did what I could. It was not enough, but I did everything I could. I love you. I'll be waiting for you. I'm fine.
Fuck
Can
you,
I-
David.
Can I go over to Alethea?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's really quick. Before that, that's what I totally meant to say by bringing up that note. When you see that note, when you read that note that Philippe wrote, hoping that if anybody would read it, it would be you first, and then his mother. You're reminded of another note that was passed into your pocket just a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Flynn doesn't want to see me right now, I assume, so Alethea will take this opportunity, to...
Yeah, you're fully by yourself. Ricardo kind of did a little bit of his own sort of vigil. And kind of like now gave you space to do your thing. So you're by yourself.
I'll take the note out of my pocket and read what it says.
Yeah. So it's not entirely relevant information anymore, but it says, Linda doesn't want this to be public information yet, but I think you deserve to know. We intercepted a message. They want you, Elsie, Rosalia, and Linda captured. Find me later if you want to talk more. I don't like Linda's behavior right now. I won't let anything happen to you.
Oh.
And I think if you look up, I'm standing right there.
We protected half of us.
I'm so sorry.
Philippe was a good boy. He saved a lot of lives on this trail. And his mother will know that. And we will make sure it was not in vain.
Yeah. I'm gonna open my arms and invite a hug.
Alethea is nervous given the, swap of powers. What will happen? But
Roll
does
an
take
idea roll.
an idea.
And
Well,
I think
she could
seeing
Try and
hesitation-
pull the hag back.
Seeing the hesitation, I just you don't have to. Sorry.
Say, a hard success.
You could try to pull the hag back.
Yeah.
What can be done can almost certainly be undone. But with a hard success also comes, is this the time?
You don't have to. Sorry.
No, it... Cricket. when next we touch, I will try to pull La Bruja back.
But you can have it now. I don't understand how you carry that all the time.
I do not understand how you carry this child with you.
I didn't know she was there. She doesn't talk to me the way
Do you talk to her?
I didn't know she was there.
Flynn, give me 2 rolls. Give me a knowledge and an idea roll.
Okay. Knowledge is intelligence?
Yes. Intelligence, yeah.
Success.
Okay.
And then, what was the other one?
No roll.
Hard success.
Perfect. I assume over the last few nights, there's been a couple more conversations that we haven't, tuned into, right? We're not doing a play-by-play. This isn't a documentary. It occurs to you, Flynn. I'll put it this way. Do you remember what it was that Flynn thought that this creature wanted to do or was trying to do when you first met it?
Well, at first I thought she was a new friend who wanted to play with me, and then I thought that she hurt me in order to save me from something else that was coming.
And so in all those years since that time, in the way that the hag communicates with you, somewhere deep inside you, right? Somewhere not quite mental and not quite spiritual. It's almost as if she abides the same space as you. It is you. Maybe those dreams weren't just memories. And the hag wants very different and specific things from both Alethea and now you. And maybe the other thing just wanted to have some fun. And so maybe it was enough for every few nights. Maybe those times where you were especially down, missing your brother at college, missing home while you were at college, missing college while you're in France. Your friend came out to keep you company.
Do you want it back now, Alethea? I don't...
Yes. Yes, you should not hold on to it for too long.
She did, I might have done something.
And as you explain what you did, while that's happening, across the way you see what Ricardo and Elliot see a few feet apart from each other as they search 2 separate bodies. Ricardo's kind of knelt down, patting down this Nazi soldier, and Flynn, you're taking his buddy. Elliot, you're taking his buddy. God damn it. It happened.
Every time.
And so, you hear him kind of like mutter under his breath, and you hear like the word fascistas. And give me no, you don't need to roll to see this. You see, you would think it was jealousy if you were younger. You would only know it, you would think it's like romantic in nature when you were younger, because when we're young, it's easier to fall into those traps. What you see is a defensiveness bordering on worship in the way that Ricardo is looking at Alethea and Flynn. You see someone who is not waiting and observing, or is not just observing, but is in fact waiting for an opportunity to finish what started a couple minutes ago. And as you catch yourself looking at him, he slowly turns his head to look at you.
Elliot does that thing where, like, you're trying to get a view at, like, a stranger and you accidentally make the wrong kind of eye contact and you try to, like, divert your attention back to whatever the fuck you were doing to make it look less suspicious.
Ah, yes. If you keep looking away, maybe your troubles will go away this time. Just pretend Europe doesn't exist, you fucking Americans. Pigs.
And I suggest watching from a distance with a foul-looking glance at whatever the hell's going on over there is going to solve your problems.
One of your friends already turned on each other. Who's to say Flynn wouldn't turn again? I stand
Whatever the hell
ready.
happened with Rosalia was a one-off thing. And I'm
Sure.
certain of it.
You keep believing that and I'll stay alive. See, that's your fucking problem. This American idealism. Everything's a one-off, everything's an anomaly. You all think you're an anomaly. You all think you're special mama and papa's little boys and girls that deserve everything.
Rosalia's a hell of a lot stronger than I am.
And look
If
where
she
it got
broke,
her.
then it had to... You think you know all of us so well after a few fucking days of being here. I've went through hell with her. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck happened. I'm gonna get those answers a lot better than you people will.
I don't want answers, I want freedom.
And I want freedom for her kids and whoever the hell they have trapped in that fucking lab.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Not for all kids. For her kids. For your kids. For the American ones. For the British ones in the tunnels. But the Spanish kids that die. The Senegalese kids that die. The African kids that die every fucking day. Years now. Years of German and Italian and French oppression. And you Americans sit there. You in your literal ivory towers. I've seen these colleges. You sit away with your books, comfortable arguing about ethics, arguing about morality. Yet you fucking do nothing. Fuck you. I hope your friend doesn't make it, and I hope you join Sue after.
That would make two of us, Ricardo. I want to keep searching through these Nazi bodies. Elliot specifically wants to keep looking for anything that would tie any of these people to the attack on Charlie.
Let's do those search rolls first.
All right.
And can we say I've like wrapped my wound at this point?
Yeah. You're not like you're like slow trickle bleeding just because it's the wounds in a way that like if you're moving, it's
Yeah.
moving. You know what I mean?
Fun
Like
one.
yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go with rings first. We'll search for some rings and we'll
You want
do
me to roll for anything?
uniforms. You guys killed 8 soldiers, I think. No, 7. Sorry, 7. Let me make sure. Yeah, 7. So I'll roll a D8 minus 1 for uniforms. We'll do that first, I guess. Okay, whatever. You guys get 2 usable uniforms. Oh wait, sorry, that was a D10. Let me roll a D8. Okay, you guys get 5 usable uniforms.
Hey.
We'll say one of them. Yeah, no, it's fine. 5 is fine. I said I'll roll. Okay, and then rings. There would be skilled 7 guards. The Death Delayed absolutely has a ring.
What
Give me
color
who's
is it?
searching Death Delayed. I would imagine Alethea.
Yeah, Alethea.
Give me a
absolutely
spot
wants-
hidden.
All right. My cat has desperately missed me, and she is all up in my biz right now, y'all.
It's so funny.
Let's see. Will you give me luck or bad luck? Middling luck. That is a hard success.
That's good. While you are taking this uniform off, because you got him right through the eye. Clean shot through the eye, no exit wound. His bullet rattled around in his brain and turned it into soup. But as you're undressing this uniform, you find a silver Virgo Pastoris ring. You find a silver ring with a crook and olive leaves on the side, VP on it, and a Latin phrase. The other thing that you see, in addition to this gun also shoots 2 bullets per round. So take this in your inventory, and deals a D12 damage plus 3.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. It is a special modified sniper rifle. And then
What's
the
the
last thing you
range?
find. Huh?
What's the range?
It's double what M1 Garand is. So I think it's 600 feet or something.
Yeah, like 200 yards.
200 yards. Yeah, yards. I forgot it does yards. Okay. The last thing you see that with the hard success, as you're undressing him, on his ankle, as if something was reaching up to grab, he has a mark. 3 distinct scars that look fresh as the day they healed.
Alethea is doing great. So
Biggest lie of the fucking century.
I want to quickly figure out if I feel like taking his skin would be enough, or if I should cut off the whole leg.
Give me a occult roll.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
That is a success.
Okay. You think about it, and you think about like where you're gonna make the cut and where you're gonna do the thing, and you're instantly as you like hold the knife and you're thinking of whether to like cut out this like chunk of flesh or whether to just like cut the ankle off, right? You are reminded of a conversation with your abuela. Dice, mijita. You're crying uncontrollably because abuela has killed a goat. There are many mountain goats around, and so these farmers use a lot of goats, lambs, etc., right? and you were so young. You're like 4 or 5 years old, and this is like the first goat you remembered getting in the spring, and it's winter time now, and you had named it, and Abuela told you, don't name it, just call it goat, just call it Chivas, right? And you were like, no, its name is whatever.
Fernando.
Yeah, sure, his name is Fernando. He's the hero of the Pyrenees. As you are sitting there, and you're like, and you had just told your abuela, but abuela, you told me everything has a soul. How can we eat this? Right? She sits you, mija, as she wipes your tears. She says, it does. Everything does have everything that breathes air and lives life is a part of a greater ecosystem. We all are all voices in the same choir. However, not everybody's role is the same. And once this blood is spilled, the soul is gone. And it is that flesh for our flesh. And they pay their blood for our blood. There is no soul that resides in this meat. This is just meat. Comer, eat, come on. And you are reminded that this is probably just meat.
But it's important meat.
If you want to preserve it, you just need to cut out that chunk of flesh. So we won't describe that. And
yeah,
let's do a spot hidden, a retroactive. No, we'll say this is after. We'll say that you went back over there because now we need to resolve. Give me 1 second.
Hold on. Have we done our swap?
No, that's what we're gonna resolve. That's literally what I was about to say.
Gotcha.
Okay. I just rolled a 10, so you guys are really stocked up on ammo and supplies. And now we're gonna resolve this up. So while that murderous conversation was happening between Elliot and Ricardo, let's resolve the swap. Because it is willing, you guys both will roll occult and both do it at advantage.
Advantage, okay.
So you roll 2 100s.
Well, that
My
brings
health
it.
is, like, insane now.
What's the one that's better than hard? Exquisite or whatever?
Extreme.
Extreme, there you go.
Exquisite. I'd love exquisite more, though.
Got an exquisite success.
Sensational.
Regular
you got?
success.
Regular? Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? It's for Flynn, it's the feeling in the top of your mouth when you bite on bread that's too crusty. It is a hangnail that just won't go away. It's when you shaved your legs and they're like growing back on like day 3 or 4 and you rub it the wrong way. It's those things, right? It's wet socks on a gym floor. And then for Alethea, it's all the opposites, right? It's the feel of Abuela bringing you close while you pretend to sleep on the ride back from some trip you guys made. It's the feel of your cat rubbing up against your feet as you step off the bed in the morning, right? It's all those wonderful things. And as you try to grab those feelings and push them through to each other, there's an immediate rebuffing. And Flynn, you hear a voice say, "Not so fast, dearie.
I was worried.
You owe me a debt."
I will say that when I said I think I might have done something, I think I just started crying before I could get any of it out, and the whole time that I've been holding on.
And then
to
maybe that's where
I've just
Alethea
been-
reaches out
I've
to
just
you,
been
and this is where this happens. And then Alethea, you hear, no, don't send me back, she's scary.
What do you mean? I'm sending you back to cricket.
I can't go. I don't know why.
Cricket, what are you doing?
I didn't know. To heal Rosalia, I
What? Spit it out.
I promised her my brother.
Dios mío.
But that she can have him. That's okay. I didn't think that would keep her with me. I'm sorry.
You did not think she would see it through?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know. Please don't leave.
I cannot leave, even if I wanted to, Cricket. But now... Now... the Bruja will not come back.
Sorry. I just didn't want Rosalia.
Everybody give me a listen roll.
Including us?
Yes. Everybody
Okay.
give me a listen roll. You two give it a disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Elliot and... Or, well, not Rosalia, sorry.
I got a regular success.
Disadvantage turned into a failure.
Failure.
What'd you get, Elliot?
I got a regular success.
Elliot, you hear something... you hear something that sounds so familiar, it shakes you for a second. You hear first what sounds like the unmistakable sound of a tree branch breaking, which sharpens your ears. And then the next thing you hear is what sounds like your dad huffing. Like that old man, you know, like almost fell over kind of thing.
Yep.
What you guys don't hear, because that was a regular success, is two gigantic. Alethea has only seen one dog bigger. Two Pyrenees mountain dogs come in from the shadows. Teeth bared,
No.
ready to pounce. And you hear a voice say, "We have you surrounded." Put down your arms and put your hands up.
Wait.
Do it now. everybody
Elliot
do?
slowly complies. He puts the rifle down and
Does it sound like Ricardo?
No. Ricardo put his knife down and is trying to hide something in a different weapon, it looks like, in his sleeve.
But it's not a German accent.
It's not a German accent.
I kind of look at Alethea like, what?
No, you're tied up, Rosalia.
Yeah, you're tied up, out cold.
What does Alethea do?
Is there any identifying thing to show what faction this person is from?
Spanish accent.
Yeah.
So yeah. I would say actually, because you would know the difference, it is more specifically a Basque accent. The equivalent in the Appalachia is, y'all get your hands up out there. Got you surrounded.
Barkatu Nire Laguna. Listen to us.
You see a man who's maybe in his 60s or 70s. It's really hard to tell. Leathery skin in a huge, big, thick coat and these like tied leather wrap boots. Come out with a huge. He's got like a shotgun. And he comes. He says, "What's going on here? What happened? Why is this woman tied up?"
We were attacked by Nazis.
He sees a pile of uniforms and a pile of bodies. He says, "You are not Nazis?"
No, there is a lab somewhere nearby that
Nearby.
we are.
It is at least a day away.
You know where it is?
And he gives you a look, and then he kind of like hip holsters the shotgun and pulls down one of the layers that's covering. Like he has a big scarf on, and on the edge of it is a torch of liberty.
Alethea slowly like goes to open up her jacket and show a patch with the Torch of Liberty as well.
He fully drops the gun, says, "Hermana," and goes to give you, and goes to embrace you.
Near a lagoon.
And he like kind of does one of those like checking you out, because he's seen the like everybody else is in rough shape. Ricardo was stabbed 3 times. He is not doing well. He got into a like close quarters physical fight, and it went badly. Because that's not his game. Guerrilla fighters don't attack things head on typically. Ricardo's been shot a few times. Rosalia, although the wound has healed, it does still look like pink and raw, and is the dress is like ripped off at the shoulder, right? And like covered in blood. And so dress, coat, whatever she was wearing. Elliot looks insane. Elliot looks like a Dali painting,
disheveled nightmare,
walked off the canvas. Right? There's just like too many colors. The eyes look off. Like everything's rough. And then Flynn, similarly, is very looks like he's wearing the last few days and the last interaction that you guys just had specifically on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees you in pretty
wound.
Pristine condition.
Yeah. Alethea's doing great, y'all.
Alicia, this is just another regular day. Everyone else is rough.
Come, we should. I have a cabin nearby. Yeah, I can. Is this your prisoner? Is this a Nazi?
No.
No, she's with us.
Then why is she tied up? And as you explain that, he loads you guys up. He has a big like kind of like wolf sled, but the big dogs. Bastion, give me everybody can give me an occult or some sort of or knowledge, anthropology, anything that's to do with like nature, magic, mystics, whatever, or just general knowledge of the world of to check out these dogs.
Success on occult.
This is 100%. These are too big. These are too. They're not quite as big as the dog that tackled you 12 or 13 years ago or so now. But they're big, too big. Particularly mountain dogs, right? Dogs that are actually working, those lines, those family breeds tend to stay smaller because they stay leaner because they burn so many calories, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are big, bucking dogs. Anybody else roll success?
Extreme success on occult.
Dr. Elliot Fowler, These, it is, you remember back to 20 years ago. We'll just give this to you, Flint. Flynn, there's something up with these dogs. You don't know what, but something's fucking up with these big ass dogs. They're too big. Their eyes are really red. They're really white. You don't like them.
Can I pet that dog?
They're too big. You don't want to pet that dog. Elliot.
You haven't met me.
At one point, while everybody is getting ready, this man, who introduces himself as Andres, is going to hook the dogs up to their front harness. Rehook back up, right? It's just the two. And he has Alethea and Flynn stand on like one side or the other as he like connects the middle. And you have this visceral reminder of a page you saw 20 years ago of there are certain of these Callum called them watchers. They were Suldumu in the book, and there were some that had companions.
Okay.
And that image, as you see the like shadows of the fire, the dying fire flicker across and draw these silhouettes on the floor. Those silhouettes jump out of that painting 20 years later.
Neat.
You guys make it to the cabin in a couple hours. It really isn't that far. This guy is clearly like some sort of mountain man. Somebody brings up, or I think Ricardo brings up the idea of like, how do we, like, what do we need to do? Like, blah, 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 right? Like, we're going to get caught. They're just going to follow us back here. And this dude has like a whole kit set up to cover his tracks. He's got a big tree branch. He's got a net that follows the sled. And the dogs, he says silencio, and they are quiet as can be. So there's no, they immediately close their mouths and they go from to a quieter nose breathe, right? These are very well trained animals. This guy takes, and he brings you to the cabin, goes on to explain that he is the furthest west outpost in the Freedom Trail. So there are, that gives you a little better idea of where you guys are at. And he's maintained the ability to be, he was Solitude for years before and has essentially like maintained that and been eluded any sort of patrols, because up until about 6 months ago there was no Nazi camp here, and it's been pretty easy to he says it's been really easy to stay away from them because one, the lab is so far north that there's not established easily walkable trails to there. It's very difficult for the Nazis to get their stuff up there. It was very difficult for them to get all the prisoners that they bring through. And you realize, Alethea, and everybody else here as well, Flynn, more particularly, you guys realize that this is where a lot of the information about the camp is also coming from. Mm-hmm. And that this westernmost outreach actually goes out to the sea. A different team will come up and meet this dude in his cabin, take him out to sea, and they'll go out from the west coast of Spain / France and either head down to Lisbon, or if they're brave enough, try to head up north. But those waters are a little more difficult. And as you pull in and he's explaining these last things, he's like, and you get up to the cabin, he's like, "Oi, listen, I already have guests. So there's very little to go around if you don't have enough. There's still some, but no seconds, no servings. Please be kind to those that are here. They're having a hard time. Okay?"
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as you go in, you see there's a man you would guess in his like late 20s, early 30s, gaunt, really short, like buzz cut, wrapped in cloths. There is a woman who is maybe like in her 40s or so, you would guess. Long, beautiful hair, but it looks like maybe hasn't been to the salon in a while. Sorry. And then the next two, one of them is a small child, maybe like 12 or 13, and they are holding on to the older woman. And the last person is a man, maybe in his like 50s or so. Okay. Yeah, that's what you see.
We should not stay long. Long enough to tend to our wounds, but
Yeah.
Andres goes to lay. It's just like it looks like a 3-room cabin. There's this like big major sitting area, and there's these like living quarters around. There like beds and stuff. Not really beds, I should say. Like rolls on the floor. It's very clearly like a transient style place. And like Andres had said, people typically stay here no more than like 2 or 3 days. Because this is a much more difficult area to get to. So this is like used to get out people who are definitively being like aggressively hunted, right? Not just like, oh, their name's on a list, or like their description, or like, oh, that person looks Jewish, so like we'll just take them or whatever, right? This is like, these are enemies of the state, political dissidents, etc. Like they take the hard route because it's harder to follow.
The people you described who are staying there, they're like citizens?
Yes, these are very clearly non-combatants.
Okay. If I can like make eye contact with the kid, I'd just like to smile at him and give him a little wave.
He hides behind his mom's leg immediately. Andres goes to lay Rosalia down on his bed, and he says, I appreciate the desire to get out of my head, to get out of my hair, but I think you will leave when this one says you will leave. And from there, we will join Rosalia. Rosalia. Where at what moment do you think Rosalia like truly entered like adulthood? What is the time? Is there like a memory? Is it like a school dance? Was it the college graduation? Was it some hunting trip? What was the thing that was like, now Rosalia is not just a woman, but like is their own person beyond just this name? The actualization of the individual Rosalia.
I think it happened pretty young, her realization of individualism, because she was, brought up by her mother and father, but also is a spitfire and defiant and understood, okay, I'm me. So I think probably maybe on a first hunting trip when I was, given a gun and the responsibility, but I wasn't allowed to use the gun because I was a woman.
Okay. We'll say
I think that was something we talked about with Alexander.
Yeah, we'll say Marjorie took you out back.
Okay.
When everybody was had come back from the hunt. And it's a young 12-year-old Rosalia, and she lined up the cans for you because it's part of her duties too, right? She's friends with the kitchen staff, so she's got an old like tomato tin there and a can of disgusting baked beans that you nasty people put on your toast.
Whoa.
And some other random thing, right?
I feel like I'm being
and
attacked.
you nail it. Yeah, you nail it, right? You kill it. Marjorie's so happy. Oh, darling, you did so well. Your father would be so proud of you. One of these days, he's gonna give you the chance, and you'll be able to show him exactly how much you've been practicing. And she gives you like a sweet little tug on your cheek, and an idea pops in your head. Father always respects boldness, and you know he's in his study. So you run through the house. You got your 3 cans rattling. You tied a string in all the holes as they're rattling behind you in this like beautiful 15th century built manor house that's been updated throughout the years. It smells like beef Wellington and leather and the smell of oak. And it has all these memories of like these times that you've like scraped your knee, and other times like you've sat at this window and seen looked out and seen like Ainsley's mom, one of the other servants, sitting there painting like a sunset. You have all these like wonderful memories in this place, and you run and you get to the study door, and you pop it open and you say, "Father, Father," and Dutch is sitting on the chair. Hey, doll. How you been?
Dutch.
Hey, beautiful. And he gets up. You're adult you now.
Yeah.
You open the door and you're adult you. He gets up, brushes a couple loose curls, caresses down your cheek, slides his hands in between your hairs underneath your ear like he usually does, brings you close, and gives you a kiss.
I mean, tears are falling in. The kiss is salty and I am just... Why are you here? You're dead. I saw you. You were dead. What the fuck is going on?
I'm here because you need me. You brought me here.
I lost him. I lost your son. My son. And I lost our daughter. And... oh, fucking shit! Elsie was right. She was right. Montague is a curse. It's a curse. I need your help, please.
And now you know that's not true. Look, doll. I think, it breaks my heart. Knowing what's happened. It's not great. But you didn't bring the only curse to this party. I think if we look at my life, it's not much better, huh? Was there anything more you could have done?
I sent him away. And I should have
Is
kept
that
him
what you thought
with
was
me.
best? Mm.
It was what was
Yeah.
best for me. I couldn't see him. He looked so much like you. Significantly more skinny, but he looked so much like you, and he behaved like you, and it was just so hard to be around him. But I loved him, and I wanted him to succeed, so I thought what was best for me and for him was for him to just go and study somewhere else, and this is my fault.
It is.
Oh.
It's all your fault, dearie. And as you pick your head up, a 7-foot mottled gray skin, pustule-covered hag is standing in front of you. I thought this would be a lot more fun. Typically, people always try to be in denial. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. I did everything. There was nothing wrong. No, how dare me? The world hates me. Woe is me. And then you just came in here and you gave it away. Awful. Awful performance. And a long 7, 8, 9 inch finger with the most disgusting mottled gray nail taps you on the nose. You had to go and be special. Special Rosalia. Hi.
How do you know my name?
I know everything about you. I know the way that Dutch spells the alphabet with you. I know just how many times you put a little bit more medication in Lucinda's cup to make sure she slept for a couple of more hours. I know the way that you, as much as you loved him so much, Christian, the beautiful golden child, there's a deep down inside of you, there was a tiny little part of Rosalia that was glad it happened, because it meant there was a chance that you would get what is yours. But it didn't come,
Okay.
did it? No power, no more power for Rosalia. Just one more dead brother. And yet here you are, all these years later. Still no power. A dead brother. A dead lover. And now maybe a dead son.
Rosalia is filled with intense grief, but also her rage knows no bounds in that moment.
As you feel these things, and you're looking at this thing, you see its smile widen, and you hear crick, crack. As the skin first almost like cracks, because it's been stuck so solid and down, and then you're sure you hear bones adjusting. Yes. Oh, this one's a good one. Perhaps we can fix maybe that last dead. Maybe we can find Dickie before his heart stops, just like his father's. Would you like to make a bargain?
There... The part of Rosalia that doesn't want to betray who she is doesn't want to. But the part of Rosalia that doesn't want to betray her children and to betray Dutch is very strong. Trading herself for her children is an easy choice.
When you get to the lab, the key is there. Let me out.
Where can I find you in the lab with this key?
Ask your friend that keeps all the secrets. If you let me out, I'll save Dickie. Is that a deal? Come on. I am you and you are me. You're delaying the inevitable, dearie. We'll give Rosalia some time to think about that, and we'll pop back out. Andres,
Fuck you, David.
Andres leaves Rosalia on the bed. Comes back out. He put her on his bed. It's the smallest room in the cabin. But it is sorry, I think I said there's 3. There's 4 bedrooms. There's one small there's a small room that's his. There's like one in the middle, and then there's a one on the right, and then there's the big living space. The 2 on the right are open, but one of them looks like it's like a bookcase, and the other one looks like it's like a clock or something. And that's sort of where that's where things lie. And like I said, it's just like a real rustic cabin. There's like everything's covered in like goat fur or sheep, like wool, blankets, a lot of like leather straps. Like this guy clearly built his own furniture using like simple hand woodworking stuff. And as you look at like the cabin, even that is very rustic, we'll say.
Where are the rest of us staying?
I would in the 2, like you see through the window, that's where that like those the bedding areas where they're just like bunk areas. It's okay. like it clearly those like hide just in case, but they're kind of just open because this guy's always by himself. But knowing that there's going to be people coming when he sees people coming before he can tell who they are, and I'll just fill you this in, like you could put that together. Alethea would know this immediately, right? Even though there's no risk, and that's why he like sort of leaves them open when he can tell somebody is coming before he knows who it is. You put them in the safe spot, and then because there's a lot of that, right? In this kind of operation, there's a lot of show me who you are. What's the code word? What's the password? I've never seen this person before, because you have to keep your hands separate or else everything falls apart, right? So yeah, that's where you guys will be staying. And I rolled a D4. It'll be 3 days before Rosalia wakes up.
Fuck.
Youch. Okay. Awesome.
3 days to roll D4s though.
That's true. So give me 6 D4s from everybody.
I don't have one out. If I use an
I can do it for
roller
you
on my phone, okay.
Or you can use it on your phone. That's fine. That's fine.
Alethea's doing fine.
All right, brag about it.
Okay. Yeah, Andres, he tells you this is going to hurt for 1 second. And he resets your rib.
Oh!
But you can breathe. What does everybody do? What's everybody do? Oh, I need to heal.
David, I have a quick mechanics question. Is it possible to go over max hit points, or do I just go?
No. Okay, you just go back.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
You become God.
Ricardo is still in a
I
rough
wish.
spot, dude. He got stabbed a lot.
Yeah. Alethea is going to show Flynn the marking that Death Delayed has, or had, I suppose.
Do you try to hide this? Where does it happen?
I think actually she's fed up enough that she calls Elliot over.
Wow.
Flynn or Elliot?
Both of you.
Oh,
Both.
okay.
Doctore,
Mm-hmm.
come. You no need to sneak around.
Yeah,
Peace.
I think Alethea caught Elliot like mid like rummaging through the stuff he lifted off the Nazi soldiers when he was trying to find anything that could link any of these like people to possibly Charlie's murder.
I mean, you see VP rings, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, you're not gonna find I'll just tell you, like, you're not gonna find like a confession of
Yeah.
like, I went and I did it. You know, I mean,
No.
it's a strong link though, because
Yeah.
if you know that the book's here, you know that like this may have been a person, but they may not have been the one that actually flew out. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Could have just been one guy, right? Go break into the safe, get out. Oh shit,
Yeah.
there's somebody here. Pop, pop, pop. Charlie got shot
Yeah,
3
there's-
times,
3 times.
twice in the chest, one to
Once
finish
in the
it.
head.
God.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, and that person might be in America and they shipped the book over. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't,
Yeah.
you feel strongly that you're on the right track because you're finding more rings now, right? Specifically with Death Delayed. Yeah. So yeah, that's what you get out of that. But you don't find any like, I mean, you find some like, one of the guys has a journal and he writes like, I'll give you this. So somebody had a hard success. You find the patrol schedule. They do 3 8-hour shifts. This guy stands when he's not out to go like out sent to look for this. It looks like he stands watch once a day at like noon. And that you get also from his journal that there's at least, he mentions 3 separate guard posts. So you guys have that intel moving forward. I'll give you guys that.
Roger.
Um,
Elliot willingly joins Alethea and Flynn.
What's going on?
I saw this on Death Delayed.
And she produces like the foot.
Ah!
I am no artiste, so I figured this would be the best representation. Death Delayed was marked with these strange markings.
Oh.
So he's marked like you two then.
What are you talking about?
I
Yes.
know, Flynn. I'm aware. I caught you guys' energy the minute I walked into that bar we met at the first day
How?
we were here.
What?
And the Doctore is, I assume, the one that is trying to steal the grimoire from the lab.
We're trying to retrieve it and put it back in American hands. Yes.
American hands, good.
Wait, what is this? What? What? Grimoire?
Flynn, it's a long story.
well, then you should explain, Doctor.
Oh,
See.
you're here.
We have
Oh, you're here.
It's a small cabin.
we have plenty of time before Rosalia wakes up. So
Okay, hold, let's all
let us get it all out. Let us
My-
air out our sins.
My friend
Okay,
Who is
real quick
on-
before we continue with RP, or say what you're gonna say. Sorry, Max, go ahead.
apparently my friend who I was on the Sophia with, who transformed into what he was transformed into, as he called the Watcher, was marked similarly as you two are, and as this poor guy was.
Oh,
And we'll
poor
use
guy.
that as a segue. What is it that everybody tells each other? And we'll jump back into RP, just so we don't have like 40 minutes of exposition of like retelling
yeah,
what
I
we've
think-
already done.
Alethea initially isn't going to like lay it all out, but that like Elliot would if Elliot brings up the, like, I saw the, like, mixing and matching of these, like, entities in the grimoire, Alethea would mention that we had swapped.
Okay.
That at this point, she's more worried about surviving this, and she's not going to survive if Elliot is on a secret mission to get a grimoire instead of watching her back.
Okay. Flynn?
If it becomes relevant, which I'm assuming it would be in the conversation, I would tell that I made a deal with the Bruja, Rosalia's life for my brothers. And then if that could lead into me telling the story with me and Aaron, we can do that.
Okay. And then Alethea?
You mean Elliot?
Or Elliot, sorry.
New one.
Damn, I'm getting that's a new one.
I was looking at Bastion and I said, I am spinning other plates right now. And my
Yeah, you're fine.
It's all good.
Yeah, sorry.
Still rattled by the fact that Elliot's dream sequence, dead husband called him a coward. I think Elliot's gonna start one, laying it all bare, and then two, use that as a like segue to full Professor info dump everything he knows from the grimoire to everyone in the room.
Ay Dios.
Great, we are doing some fucked up ritual there. We are like children soldiers.
Crazy. This is fucking crazy. What the fuck?
So,
and now, Ricardo, you can kind of see why I'm keeping some things in my back pocket a little bit, aren't
Everybody
you?
roll a Alethea roll a psychology check with advantage, and everybody else roll a psychology. You two roll a psychology check.
quick above table. What do
Hell yeah.
the Germans want with the grimoire, and what do the Americans want with it?
So,
If that's been said.
yeah, if it's been said, what Elliot would have told you guys is that the Germans are, this is essentially and this is like a real historical thing, right? The Germans are trying to find any advantage. So they are turning to the occult.
Mhm.
The Americans, essentially because of the shame of what happened on the Sophia, the American VP has made it an effort to like hard separate themselves from European VP, who are now running many of the governments over here as well, right? It's the same people, same powerful positions, same colleges. And so they're infiltrated the American government. And so for two reasons, right? They want this out of their hands. They want to diminish Germany's potential at unleashing an insane warfighting capability. And they also want, as VP members, to continue to like squash the embarrassment and move away from the like the fuck. There was a lot of people that were like, that was fucked up.
Mhm.
Like we should not be doing that.
Okay.
And they don't want to be doing that now. That makes sense.
You said psychology check?
Yes.
I got a regular success.
I am rolling hot today, which means that when it
Hell
gets
yeah.
to like a really dangerous roll, I'm gonna
Beef it.
Biff
hard.
it.
yeah. beef it.
That's how it
But
goes.
that is an exquisite success.
I got a regular success.
Flynn, you see he's like kind of scared. You see Ricardo for the first time, you see he's like a little scared. And Alethea, you see the young Ricardo. Ricardo's father was very abusive when you guys were young. You haven't seen this look on Ricardo's face since then. This is real, deep, bone-chilling fear.
Alethea is going to like gently like place her hand on his.
He like startles and like grabs Alethea's wrist for a second. I'm sorry. I just need to. And he like runs. I need to breathe. And he like runs out of the cabin.
Is he okay?
He will be. He needs some space in the
I will talk to him.
Yeah.
When he is ready.
Elliot, when you're not with the VP anymore, right?
Left 20 years ago as soon as I could.
So if you get the book back, what will you do with it?
I don't know. I made a promise to Mr. Canton that I would try to get it back to them. But in all honesty, I still don't trust them enough to hand that back to him.
Okay.
Then give it to me. Let us use it to free España.
Is that even possible? What can someone do with it?
Elliot, give me, or I want you to give it to me. I'll give it to you, Elliot. You remember some of the stuff that Captain Reed was able to do? There was mind control. There was people that were under the influence of others.
Yep.
You think that perhaps there was also some maybe some augmentation on some other physical abilities. Igor was
one of them.
Sort of superhuman strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't know. You don't know because you don't know what's in there. You haven't seen that at all. But you definitely know what's in the other book. If they figure it, they haven't figured it out because there's still a lab and there's still you know what I mean? But if they figure it out, and if they were to somehow figure out a way for this to be on their side, because it doesn't seem like if you guys remember, the Watcher almost attacked you as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So depending on how they do that or whatever thing they do, if it may not go well for them. What you guys hear next is the sound of, because Andres had given the two the others, asked them to eat their meals in their little hideaway place so you guys could talk.
Yeah.
But you hear one of the doors open and you hear a man in a a Serbian accent say, "You cannot give it to them."
Who is he talking to?
He's talking to the
Who
group.
Who is he talking about to them?
You cannot give them the grimoire.
Give who?
The VP is irredeemable.
I'm aware the VP is irredeemable. You don't have to tell me twice.
He pulls from his pocket a ring with a shepherd's crook on it and says, "So am I." And he throws it on the table.
What material is it?
It's iron.
Sir,
Is he the younger man?
Yeah.
Son, you're making a good choice.
I did not make a choice. The choice was made for me. And he pulls, or sorry, he doesn't pull. He shows the inside of his palm that has an X on it. I don't know if you know this about scars, but scars on the palm of your hand heal incredibly fast. The scar is pink and fresh and raw.
Elliot also lifts his left hand, which has a very fine scar from where he slit the knife to open the book.
I did not. In my village, I was taught to play piano. It was prodigy. It's very good. I was playing in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Istanbul, forever. Huge halls by the age of 13, 14. They approached me. These men. They said, "We know you have gifts. We can give you power." we could give you influence. How could I say no?
They told you the same lies they told me.
So it would seem. Did the Baba Yaga tell you the same lies too?
What is happening?
I was not approached by any sort of mythical being. I don't have anything to sort of along the lines of like that. I just a deep understanding and knowledge of like history and all that stuff. So it's just, I guess I just interpret it. But
when I was a young boy, I fell into a well. And I saw a witch. And I thought it was a dream. I thought it was fake. She said she could give me gifts. Help me survive. Help my family prosper. Again, how could I say no?
Sir, what's your name?
Killian,
Killian.
pleasure.
I'll offer my hand.
Shakes your hand. And out from the other room comes an elderly woman.
Everyone in this fucking house, Mark!
Jesus Christ!
It's almost like there's a pattern.
Oh my god.
Oh yikes! Oh no! Oh boy! Oh, we're fucked.
No, I mean,
She
this is
says-
cool. They're all cool.
And she says, for me it was not a witch. I was lost in the mountains. My family, we are nomads from here to there, all over Eastern Europe, Mediterranean. Was not offered anything. I was not offered any gifts. I was cold and hungry, and I thought I was going to die alone. And as I laid in the snow, so cold I could not move, something picked me up and embraced me. And I don't really remember. But I remember being instantly so warm and loved and cared for. And I woke up a week after I went missing in my village with this. And my parents found me with this. And she drops like her, she like fully pulls down the dress she was wearing. And it looks like there's like a handprint almost in like a birthmark on her arm.
This is the woman who had the kid with her?
Yes.
No, not a criticism, but it's like impossible to have a private conversation in this house, isn't it?
Well, it would seem that way.
When you have to hide for this long, you get used to listening very well.
I guess. I mean,
Is the boy marked as well?
No, the boy is not marked.
Okay.
He's my son.
And, what, your name, madam?
Charity.
Hi. Okay, so, thank you both for sharing. We won't ask you to put yourselves at risk, but anything you can offer that might be helpful would be appreciated.
The only thing I know is me and my family would, run schemes. We would take from those who maybe had a little more than they needed, and I was particularly skilled. And at this, she kind of does like a little like quick magic trick, throws a ball from one hand to the other. It's like, the whole little thing.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I was able to do that. And then obviously you guys know the other guy was like a world-class pianist. So
Yeah. So I guess now what do we?
I will go to freedom.
Well, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean. I guess.
Everybody give me idea rolls.
And there it is. Fail.
Exquisite success.
I've only gotten regulars this whole game.
Elliot, Flynn, you put together that there is a pattern. That clearly, again, Alethea contributes. This is a high level, like this is where they send the people that they're most aggressively after.
Uh-huh.
They wanted Elsie. They wanted a code breaker that they may or may not know is exceptional. There's a chance they may have thought it was you as the person, as the code breaker that was with them, right? Somebody that has come in and immediately disrupted their operations and immediately made them increasingly more effective. Brujita, you have been specifically targeted because you're so effective and have escaped many situations where most people would die. Elsie is one of the most talented actresses in the world. They are clearly, and then so you guys put that together, that there's like something there with the talent, with the like whatever, right? And then Elliot, you put together because you have seen the book and you know the markings and you know all the information, and this is like your whole fucking thing. They're trying to complete the ritual. They're trying to find people who are marked and match them up. And you don't know what information you don't know, so you don't know how they're doing it or what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you know that's why there's a shelf life on those that go there. They're clearly running these experiments. And some of these are pictographs, so you know that many of them end in the same way that Callum's did. Just not with the same result.
Do you relay that?
You guys put that together, like, all together.
Yeah.
That's the realization. Like, everybody contributes some bit of information, and that's the realization. That's what this, they clearly have. And Alethea, that's the thing, the other thing you remember after this is already explained. You saw these things, and Elliot explains that these things turn it, like, when their physical body is destroyed, he relays that in Sophia, right, that's how this thing had knowledge of Reed. It essentially found Callum lost in the woods, protected Callum, allowed him to go back. A rumor started spreading around, and you guys would know, and this is what Elliot and Killian would tell you, is that this is how the VP often would find cryptids or different things, is they would listen to rumors, and they would essentially investigate, and they would know the signs to look for to verify the realness or they're not. And so when they heard the rumors of this indescribable monster protecting a child in some woods in Ireland, they went, hunted it. Its head was mounted on Reed's wall. And so when their physical body is destroyed, though, they become these seeds, these husks, these little motes of potential, and blood for blood, body for body. That is how they are reborn. A marked individual. And this is what Elliot knows that they don't know. A marked individual has to willingly sacrifice their life.
Okay, well, they messed up then. They got Linda instead of me. So maybe we have more time.
Well, it does not sound so good for your friend.
No.
No.
Friend is a strong word.
They have both Rosalia's kids. We need to get
Yes.
need to get there quicker than that.
No, 100%.
Well, then
but
go slap Rosalia awake.
okay,
I
let's.
think it's going to be that easy, and we can't really be that violent with her considering she tried to strangle Flynn, which caused you to try to shoot her.
True.
So maybe we should be a little bit careful with how we approach this.
Or maybe we leave her.
You want to leave Rosalia Montague, one of the best shots I fucking know, behind?
I don't know. Is she going to try and strangle me?
Alethea, she was just
Let me
scared.
talk to her and I'll get some sense back into her.
Yeah, well,
I think when your friend wakes up, that's when you know it will be time to leave.
yeah.
Which will bring us right back into Rizal.
All right, sorry, I thought I hit unmute, but okay. This hag is still in front of me, right?
Yeah, she is cleaning the bones of a rabbit and laying them out on your father's desk. Like a anatomical drawing almost.
I need to understand. You are in this laboratory and you know where my son is, and if I free you, you will free my son.
It's very difficult to explain because I'm there and I'm here and I'm a lot of places. When you wake up, your friend will explain. I promise. Or he won't, and then you'll die and your kids will die, but that'll be on him. Not on me. He has the key to let me out. Let me out, and we can save your son together.
How would that work? Would you possess my body?
No. Do you want to roll psychology?
Yeah. Definitely. My first roll of the night. That is a hard success.
No. She's not lying. Look, dearie, we're running out of time. You're about to wake up. The offer's there. You can say yes at any time. But you have to choose to say no every single day and every moment. Until you cannot say no anymore. She's saying that you have to choose to not answer. She's saying essentially the offer's on the table the whole time, but that every time, you have to make the conscious choice to not do it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you are choosing. She's just trying to manipulate you.
Yeah. If she's there, can she hear what's going on? Like in the way that she knows all?
Give me an occult roll.
Ooh. I got nothing in there. Alright. No, that's a fail.
It's hard to understand. She said she's like a part of you. You think it's hard for you to remember what happened in those moments because shock is a real thing, right? But you remember some real fucked up shit happened to you and then you fell asleep and she's here. You remember something about Callum and there was a reason that he was the only one that could do it. It had something to do with something that happened to him as a kid. That's all you can really put together.
I will get back to you about that.
Okay, bye.
And
she's gone.
Okay.
As the as you say, I'm gonna as the hag pops out of your father's office, we will pop back into the cabin as Ricardo opens the door.
Hey, are you okay?
Brujita.
Sí.
Un momento, por favor.
Of course.
Gracias.
No, follow him out.
And he takes you just like 20 or 30 feet away. Just like enough to where he feels, right? You guys do a lot of this stuff where he feels safe to be not overheard. Because as you get higher and higher, right? Like you're starting to hear that little bit of like whippy sound of the wind as it gets through and then you're also hearing like the howling as it goes through some of these valleys and these crevices and I have never doubted you, and I will follow you into the gates of hell. But I need to know what the fuck are we doing here?
It is the same. We are getting the money that we need for our resistance, but there's now an opportunity to get more. But it appears that in truth, that I have been caught up in another war, but one that is beyond our understanding.
I want to. Why you should just leave them. Let us go. Just leave them in the cabin. It's not worth the money. Because if we get the money in the bank and you are gone, then all is lost. We need people like you to lead us out. It is not money that will lead us to freedom. It is those that can change the hearts and minds to go from the sniveling cowards like the Professore to fight for what is theirs.
I lost my power, as you heard. I have gone from having the power that we have used to stay alive to instead having this child that suits cricket, but this child is no resistance fighter. If we go back, if we leave now, I am not the same woman that I was when we started. I made a mistake, and the only way to correct that mistake is through.
Then I will follow you through. He sticks his hand up. Like that, like predator. And then he brings you close. Braces you. To the end.
To the end, near Laguna.
Elliot, you're sitting across from two
I think honestly
refugees. Oh,
while-
sorry, go ahead.
while Ricardo and Alethea are gone, I'm gonna like just start asking Charity about her son and just try to like get to know these people just like as people and just try to have like some normal conversation.
Yeah, he's out of the room now. Oh, Alfonso. Oh, sorry, it's a different accent. Alfonso is a good boy. He's a very good boy. He loves to play. He's not quite as proficient as our friend Killian here, but he's pretty good at anything with keys.
Wonderful.
It's very sad the day we had to leave. I miss our people. I miss the music. I miss the dance. I miss being safe.
Yeah. What any of us wouldn't give to be home right now.
I don't know that I ever had a place that was home. But it would seem that these Germans are determined to take the people that I called home away from me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to hate so freely.
Yeah.
What brought you out here? So far away from... What did you say? Nebraska?
Nebraska in America.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
I liked it.
Each their own.
I guess I'm in the minority on that. I mean, to put it frankly, ma'am, I'm an Irish Polish-American Jew.
Oh.
So...
Alfonso's father was Jewish.
Oh.
Yes. He was a good man. He died a few years ago. I was a little older.
I'm so sorry.
I was a belly dancer for many, many years. And one night I was doing my thing. You know, we live on tips. We live on, you know, the performances that we can do. And I don't know, there was just something about it. He had these beautiful blue eyes. I'd never seen eyes so crystal clear. And this big, broad smile that just said, You'll feel like it's danger, but I'll never let anything hurt you. And he was fun, flirty, so kind. He was so kind, just like Alfonso.
I'll put an arm around her. And I'll keep talking if Alethea and Ricardo come back.
They're out there for a little while. So.
Okay, I'll wait for them before I tell the story then.
Yeah, they come back in. It looks like Ricardo's eyes are a little red. But he's mostly gathered himself. And he just kind of goes into the corner and kind of just sits.
I'll kind of whisper to Alethea, or I'll look to Alethea and kind of give you a look is he okay? You're muted.
No, none of us are okay.
I should be more upfront with all of you. I've told Dr. Fowler this, but Alethea, My brother... I think we might find him in that lab.
Great. Then you can fulfill your obligation.
Yeah. I assume you all know this. I know I haven't said it to everyone, but I'm Jewish. And I'm proud of that. Growing up, we were kind of told not to talk about it. I think my father had a hard life. He would never really say much about any of it, but, you know. Aaron, when we got to school, he started changing. Or I thought he did. I think part of it was always there, but he started hanging out with kids who would say things that, you know, if he had heard someone back in Nebraska saying things like that, he would have beat them to a pulp, and then all of a sudden he was just okay with it. You know, he would have done anything to get ahead. And he just didn't see our home the same way I did, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought he was just, you know, trying to survive, but then he started dressing different and talking different, and then he told me he wanted to change his name, and he was gonna go work for a Swiss arms dealer, and then one day I just stopped hearing from him, and his ex-girlfriend showed me all these letters, and he hated what we are. He hates himself, he hates me. I want to say that they poisoned him, or they got into his head, or they cast some spell or whatever, but I think it was always there. I think he just... I don't know.
At this point, if you remember, I described Killian as a tall, gaunt man with like a buzz cut that looks like it's growing out. And he comes to you and he lifts the sleeve of his left arm a little further and says, "It would seem that me and you have more in common than it first appeared." And there are digits on his arm.
I immediately, like, take his hand, like, clasp his hand. I'm so sorry.
That's... it was in the transport, I fear, here, where I escaped.
Oh my god.
The man who... I had played at the man's house not but 2 months prior to him breaking the door down of my house and taking me to a ghetto.
Please don't tell me he looked like me.
No.
Okay.
He was my friend.
God.
He was a good... I thought he was a good man. So what I say to you, Flynn, there are some poisons that time does not cleanse. There are some evils that cannot be forgiven. And there are some people that will never see us as people. And sometimes they are our own.
He's not mine anymore. He is not my brother. He gave that up.
Okay.
He was everything to me, and you should read some of the shit he wrote, I just... For a long time, I thought this wasn't my war. That's one of the stupidest things I could have possibly believed. And I'm gonna, if he'll let me clasp his tattoo, this is never happening to anyone again.
I used to think, as I read the stories about the ghettos, as I read about the loss of citizenship in Germany, I thought that's not my war. That's not my struggle. That's not my country. And I realized we're all wrong. When we allow the inhumanity of war to pervade anywhere, it festers and spreads everywhere. Everyone's struggle is everyone's struggle. And I believe you, brother. We will make sure this does not happen again.
Yeah. My father's from Warsaw. I think Aaron hated himself because he hated himself, and I'm sure his father hated himself too, and back, and I just never thought... I sought it out on my own. I wanted to know why. I had all the questions, and I all I could find was that I love us and what we are. I just don't see how anyone could see it and not... and do this.
Hey. I don't know how you can see another life and do the things they were doing in that camp.
God. And I think Flynn just fucking breaks.
And you see Killian go into a very distant place and just kind of wordlessly, he just kind of goes back into his little, it's a little like 4x5 room, just enough room for a cot.
Yeah.
Goes.
I haven't let go of his hand.
He pulls away. He lets go, turns the candle out, closes his door to find solace in the darkness.
I'll look up at Alethea.
See?
You'll get your witch back.
Good. I would
I'll take
not wish her upon anyone.
What else do we want to do over these next 3 days? Anything particularly?
I do want to talk.
I will give one quick. This is sort of like last stop, the moment you guys like head out from this cabin, it's full tilt to the end. So if there's like, Rosalia's like about to wake up soon, you would imagine. So we'll give you a chance to, Rosalia, any of those like last minute conversations. And so,
I don't have to go first because I know I just had something.
Yeah.
I do want to talk to Alethea as privately as we can one of these nights.
Yeah, Andres gives you his room, which is lined with fur walls. He says if you want to speak privately, because there's a storm is somewhat whipping up outside. We're getting close to December. It is November 30th. And you it is November 30th, and you are so the winter is coming. There's a little bit more snowfall outside. You got about 6 to 8 inches, and the temperature's down in the like 20s, we'll say. So between the noise outside and Andres's wall is like the most, because it's the most lived in consistently, is like lined with furs, and there's enough stuff here to sound dampen.
If Elliot wants to have something first, then
I was just gonna say Elliot's gonna try to help prep as much as possible to like using his navigate skills to like mark out any maps.
You and Andres,
figure out
he
what
gives
they need.
you, he thinks he knows where it's at. He's gotten close, but he, in an effort to obviously not get caught, has only followed like at a distance. And he believes that it's like, there's like a deep ridge. There's like a false, it's like, it's almost like a false summit. And in between the false summit and the full summit of like this peak mountain of like the tallest on the eastern ridge is a bit like between this false summit and the real one is a big crevice, and it looks like they've went down there.
Okay.
But he obviously was not going to follow because he would be seen like in the open. But he's given you, and it's about, he says with the storm, you're looking at like maybe 10 hours, like a day's worth of like hard travel.
Gotcha.
I know I'm not awake yet, but I do want to have a conversation with Elliot, like have that conversation. Don't know
You're
if
going to wake up
that's-
soon.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll wake up
And
soon,
then
and
I
we'll do that
have
before we head out.
Yeah, I have an idea for prepping for travel, but can't share it because I'm unconscious.
Elliot also would kind of like to have an aside with Alicia.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can go. We can say you're outside.
Yeah, I think Alethea is practicing with the like sniper that she got from Death Delayed. Since we did get such an abundance of ammo, she's trying to just get familiar with the gun right now while we're talking.
Yeah. Ricardo went to go get food. There's an abundance of rams and goats up here, mountain goats. And you guys, in the first couple days, there wasn't much warm food, so you scarfed all that up and are in need. This is like day 2. He's getting something to leave with Andres so that the old man doesn't have to go out and hunt. In the snow. Yeah, and so I'll say we'll say you're splitting wood with the gun.
Yeah.
You know, I praise Rosalia for her excellent shot. I mean, I've seen her take down quite impressive men in our time, but got a far better shot than she does. Don't tell her I said that.
I would not dream of it.
I know you have a gift, a connection with these grimoires. How do you intend on using it if I hand it over to you and not the pastors?
My people in Hispania as a whole, the country is being taken over by Franco, and Franco's men and Franco himself are the worst kind of people. They are as bad as if the Nazis. At least in Hispania. I fear that there will be much bloodshed in my country in the near future if Franco remains as king. I am doing whatever I can to stop him. I am getting what power and connections I can. I am... And that was the whole point of this crazy mission. It was to get the money that we needed for the arms that we needed to fight back. And this grimoire is worth 1,000 rifles. It is worth 1,000 soldiers. It can save lives. It can put an end to this tyranny that is getting worse day by day. The tyranny that killed Nireamona. The tyranny that has killed so many.
Alethea, I trust you know the weight and the responsibility it takes to hold these books. Both of them. They're terrifying. They hold information more than I could ever fucking understand. It's in them. Their power is far beyond even my comprehension. I will hand these books off to you. Fuck the pastors. I don't care about the CIA. I'm not here much longer anyway. It doesn't fucking matter if they win or not, in my opinion. But I'm gonna hand these books off to you. You gotta promise me one thing, though.
See, anything.
Fucking burn them when you're done.
I will.
No one deserves to have this power. I trust that you're gonna do justice by your people, but if anyone gets their hands on these fucking books, anyone with the slightest bit of malintent, I'd hate to see what that world looks like after they're done.
Bastion, give me an occult roll.
Yeah. That is a hard success.
If you burn the books, all is lost.
What do you mean?
Give me a shoot roll, please.
Yeah.
Shoot?
Yeah, he's shooting the gun to split the wood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also a hard success.
Rosalia, you are in the belly of the Sophia. Francis Chester Reed is standing on a plinth. There's a dead Frenchman. There's a German that's got his eye gouged. Ainsley is dressing a wound behind a box of crates. His leg is bleeding out. Elliot's shoulder has been clipped off. You walk calmly up to Francis Chester Reed and blow his fucking brains out. And then you know. Wait. You have to warn him. Tell him. Dutch has just ripped Bruno Cavalli into pieces. And as you turn, what do you say to him?
I scream. Move!
You weren't better than any of us, doll. And then you feel a searing heat come through your ribs, up through the small of your ribs and through your heart, and you wake up alone in a cold sweat to the sound of gunfire.
Okay, yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Bastion, you don't hear a reply from the voice.
I don't
You're on
know
mute. Sorry.
where. Oh,
Yeah, you don't. Alethea doesn't hear a reply from the voice.
If you do not reply, then I cannot adjust.
Well, I'm not a soldier suited for your needs. Rosalia, what is going through your mind? Your was it your left arm? Yeah, your left arm is stiff as can be. It hurts. You just feel sore, tired. Like I said, you feel like you may have like done like a cleanse. You feel like you've lost maybe 5 or 10 pounds. You thirsty as hell, hungry as can be. What's going through Rosalia's mind?
Elsie.
Gone. Wasn't a dream. You have no idea where you're at.
I don't know where I am, but I'm in a room, so I want to like, move around, see if I can see anything, hear anything. Because I just heard gunshots. I just want to, if there's a
Give me a
window,
con
I
roll.
want to take it. Okay.
Is she
Yeah, there's a window.
Yeah.
Give me a con roll as you get out of the bed.
That's great. That is a regular success.
Okay, you stumble. And as you look out the window, you see Alethea and Elliot. They got there's a stump 30 yards away or so. And it looks like he just shot a stump. Elliot's going to walk out another one.
Okay,
A log, sorry.
I bang on the window and scream Elliot's name. Elliot! And then run.
If I'm in the house, could I hear this?
100%.
Can I go find her?
Yeah, there's no go find. You open Andres' door. Light floods in, Rosalia. You can't really see who it is, but Fleming is standing at the door.
Rosalia, hi.
Oh my... Oh.
Please don't scream. Everything's fine. We are in a safe house. Are you okay?
No!
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, here. Sit down for just a second. I just need to catch you up on some things. I just need to talk to you for a second. I'm going to close the door. And
no,
I'll just,
I need Elliot now. Bring him in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Elliot, do you come in?
Whatever you say.
As soon as I heard the distress on the window, I was immediately in Elliot's brain. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he just cuts off his conversation with Alethea and walks back into the cabin.
Yeah, and while he's coming, I'm just like gonna we were waiting for you to recover and rest up, and then we're gonna go find Elsie and Dickie. Everything's gonna be fine. We're safe here.
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe.
You got
what the
you got me
fuck?
There.
Elliot's walking in on this little kerfuffle. I'm just Flim. Let me take over.
Yeah, no, you're
give
please.
me 10-15 minutes with her. And we'll pick back on this conversation, okay?
Flynn's inner dialogue, he obviously doesn't know this word, but like the thought is, yeah, I'm too autistic for this. And I'm just gonna you figure that out. Yeah.
Right before all of that combat happened, Elliot lied to me. And so I'm glad he's there. I'm glad I'm not I'm glad I'm not dead. But I am going to channel my Alexander Montague right now. And I would like to grab Elliot by the collar and slam him against the wall and say, "You fucking lied to me. Where is my daughter?"
We're getting that information as we're going on, while I'm here, by the way, helping you get back on your feet and getting us to where we need to go. All right?
You fucking
I had no idea
lied
where the hell this
to
lab
me.
was 3 days. How the fuck did I lie to you?
I asked you if you had this connection to this book, and you said, "No, I don't have this connection to the book." Dr. Fowler, you lied to me. Your family, your niece just got kidnapped. Tell me the truth. how do we use this connection to the book that you are, surely isn't happening? How do we use that to get to her?
If you do you think if I knew how to channel my connection to this goddamn book, I'd be fucking using it since the moment we landed in Spain?
Rosalia, first of all, Elliot, one, and you don't have to answer out loud, is that the truth? Two, if whether it is or it isn't, roll me either a fast talk or a persuasion roll. Don't tell me which. Rosalia, give me an idea roll.
Okay. Idea. Ooh, that is a critical or extreme success.
You don't know whether Elliot knows or not yet. But it would. You don't know if he knows about the connection for sure or not. But what you know for sure is that he wouldn't try. That Elliot's a coward. That he's scared. And that this power has always scared him. And that there is a chance he would lie and wouldn't risk. And so you don't even know.
Okay.
Proceed. What'd you get,
Regular
Elliot?
success, by the way.
Okay. So you, then now give me a psychology roll to see if you believe him.
Oh,
See if I believe him?
Gabs. Yeah.
Oh, crap. Wait, what was it?
Psychology.
Psychology, that is a hard success.
Yeah, still unsure. You don't know that you believe him. You want to, because there's a lot of history. There's a lot of here. You're not sure that you believe him. Yeah, you don't know that you believe him.
Elliot, you have this book. You have information on this book. There is this monster version of this book that these people are using against my children. Your niece and nephew are in danger, and you are being a fucking coward about this. I am sorry.
Here we go. The classic
that Charlie
Montague
died.
line, calling me a fucking coward.
I'm sorry your husband is dead, but my children are alive and we will fucking get them.
You really are just like your fucking father. Using any sort of information you can to manipulate me into what? Bending to your will? Huh? The same way you tried to manipulate Dutch on the fucking boat? We all saw it. Maybe
Can
you're
I
just so good
slap
at fucking
Elliot?
manipulating people.
Can I
Roll it.
roll a brawl roll to slap Elliot?
Roll it. What is Alethea
Can I
doing
roll-
at this moment?
Can I roll dodge?
Alethea wants nothing to do with Rosalia right now, so she is like a little bit upset that she now has to set up the wood herself.
So you're like 30 feet away.
You're
Okay.
like, ah!
Yeah.
30 yards.
And
Sorry,
so,
I think I
like-
said 30 yards.
Occasionally during this conversation, you hear a gunshot as she splits the wood.
I think also like as soon as I hear yelling, I'm just like, nope, and I'm coming outside just being like, hey, you need help with that?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, slap.
I rolled a regular success.
Elliot, you can roll a dodge if you want, but it would be a disadvantage.
Fuck. yeah, that's a failure.
It's just a slap, so I'll say that that's not like
No,
doesn't cause damage.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
for-
Emotional
but it
damage,
hits.
maybe.
It hits. It connects. It feels like a slap.
keep his name out of your fucking mouth.
He was my friend too, Rosalia. I knew him just as long as you fucking did.
Rosalia takes a breath.
You're forgetting we all went through that shit on the boat together.
I lost everything on that boat.
And I lost everything 2 fucking weeks ago. I'm sorry you lost everything on that boat, but you still have 2 children in that fucking lab we're trying to get out. I have nothing left. I've given everything I have for this mission. I've given up everything to fucking be here. And I'm trying to rectify being a fucking coward. What are you trying to do to rectify your own attitudes?
Okay. You don't have anybody left. Elsie. Dickie. Me. The fuck are you talking about? I don't have anybody left.
This man meant everything to me. You people are my family, but he was my soul. I've lost everything I could. I was defenseless. You could have saved him. I couldn't have saved Charlie. And I know you tried to save Dutch. I know you did everything you could to try to save Dutch. I couldn't do anything to save Charlie. And it is my mistakes that we are here. And I'm trying to fix that. You don't have to rub my face in the shit, Rosalia.
I never said that his death was your fault. I said that you are here because of him. Not because of your family. Because of vengeance. Granted, I am here for something similar. Elliot, I care about you. I love you. But I am sick of this shit right now.
Both of you give me idea rolls.
Ooh. That is a hard. It's a regular success by 1.
It occurs to you. There's a moment of pause, right? And this happens if you've ever been in a screamy match with somebody you love, right? A real knockout, drag out fight. There's always an awkward moment where both of you look at each other and are like, what the fuck are we doing? And in that moment, you realize you're standing on the opposite ends of an infinitely long pier. And what's in the middle of that pier is the life that Elliot did live with Charlie, and then the one that Rosalia wishes she could have had with Dutch. It is the same pain mirrored and reversed. It is the pain of loss of what you've had and loss of what you never can. It is the same connection. It is the same love in that moment that stills you, because it is the same passion that caused that pain. It's the same commitment that is, and the same attachment that has caused that loss to rip part of you away as it was taken. And in a moment, you have that realization as you stare and see your own pain in the eyes of each other. What do you do now? Alethea, while this is happening, you see Ricardo come back with 2 goats.
Hey. Good job.
Andres will eat very well. And he hears like shouting from there. He's like, everything okay?
Yeah.
They're working it out.
Eraldoya has woken up and they are fighting.
Mm.
But they'll work it out, I'm sure. As long as she is not strangling the Doctore.
I think, look, you don't gotta mean it, but I think you're gonna have to apologize to her just to...
Oh, you think?
I mean, my hope is that she will also apologize to you.
It is you she needs to apologize to. I do not owe her anything.
Alethea, you hear loud cracking.
From where?
The woods.
Is it the dogs?
You have a direction.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
A cracking in the woods.
Like a gunshot?
No, like a branches.
Shit. What do you want to do?
Ricardo, let us...
You hear another
See
one
one
from a
of
different
his
direction.
No. Let us leave. We must all leave now.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna run up to try and get Elliot. and
Ricardo
Rosalia.
grabs Flynn by the arm.
Huh?
And says, just come with us. Let us leave them.
What?
Let us leave them.
No. What are you talking about?
They are lost. You are a survivor. Let us survive.
They're lost. We need them.
Ricardo, you're wasting more time stopping Cricket than if
Okay.
Cricket just went to get them.
Go, get them.
Yeah. I'm gonna run upstairs.
Ricardo turns to you, Bastion, to Alethea, and says, we must leave now. There are 30 soldiers on the way, and there is no escape.
How do you know?
Because I told them to come.
Ricardo.
Motherfucker!
What? What do you mean?
Alethea, this is what we need. This is what we need when their favorite daughter bleeds and dies in one of these camps, when the world's most famous actress won some professore from some fancy fucking school is captured and taken. They will fight. They will rise. They will come to our aid. That's what these fascist American pigs showed me. They will not fight for nothing but their own, so let them fucking bleed. And let us survive.
How did you tell them?
It was easy. I went back to the camp. Left a note there.
Ricardo, we do not sacrifice people for our mission. Not like this.
This is what we must... Yes, and how long has that philosophy served us well? How many years has being the good guy saved us? How many more generations for those 4 people in there to die? How many could they save? But we need you at the front. We are losing time. We have maybe 30 seconds. We have to go. I know the path they are coming from. I can lead us in a different direction. But we cannot make it all of us. She just woke up. Come with me. Brujita, please. I beg of you.
Ricardo, this is not how we do things. This is not who we are, Ricardo. What have you done?
This is bigger than you. I am leaving down that trail, and I will survive. And perhaps you will be the martyr. And at this point, he pulls a gun out. That ignites the fire in our people. And that's where we're going to leave off.